Next time on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Comfort food. Oh, comfort food.
Dig into some of Kentucky's finest food in the heart of historic Georgetown.
It just melts.
Chef Rod Jones is taking us inside his kitchen at Rodneys on Broadway and revealing the secrets to a few of his favorite things.
And it's just one of my favorite things to cook and one of my favorite things to eat.
It's Chef Rod's twist on osso buco. And it's, in a word,
Delicioso.
also a taste of Italy comes home to Kentucky.
I named it the Venetian scallops.
You said
Right,
you're going to share us the secrets?
Yes, sir.
Plus, a classic Cuban cocktail takes on a taste of Kentucky. And of course, we'll do dessert, which is not only good to eat, but also it's fun to make.
It's like arts and crafts when you're doing the dessert. I mean, you're going to have some fun with this.
Come with us to Georgetown, behind the scenes, inside the kitchen with Chef Rod Jones at Rodney's right now on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. That's Downtown Triple Crown. Welcome to historic Georgetown, Kentucky, Main Street, USA. I'm Tim Laird on the hunt for some secrets of bluegrass chefs, and we're certainly finding them here at Rodney's on Broadway.
It's fine dining inside a beautifully restored 1800s home.
Yum, 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 yum.
Look at that. That just falls apart.
Yes.
That is incredible.
The food is out of this world, and you can enjoy it in a variety of different atmospheres. Have some appetizers at the bar, or sit down inside one of the many quaint and classically appointed dining rooms for dinner. Then, take a stroll outside to the patio, the perfect place to take in a Kentucky sunset and dessert.
Amazing.
Loving it.
Cheers, cheers.
to that.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Yes.
A wonderful fit.
There's a lot to love about Rodney's, thanks to owner and executive chef Rod Jones.
How are you, Rodney?
Good doing.
Good to see you, buddy.
Chef Rod has been pleasing Central Kentucky's palates for decades, and now, finally, his ultimate dream has come true.
Been cooking for 30 years and finally got my own restaurant, so it only took me 30 years to be an overnight success.
Rodney does it all, from classic Kentucky dishes to worldly inspired creations, all his own.
This is one of the dishes I come up with when I was in Venice. I named it the Venetian scallops.
Appropriately named. So you're going to bring a little taste of Venice right here to the Bluegrass?
Correct.
All right, and you're going
Correct.
to share the secrets, right? You said
Right,
you're going to share
yes.
us the secrets?
Yes, sir.
The first secret is the vessel he'll use to cook the scallops.
In Venice, I had scallops that were in the shells. You can purchase these shells online. They're about 50 cents a piece. No big.
And what's great is you can get a lot of these and serve little appetizers or
You can
something
do
else
other things with
All
it.
right.
You put a little crab in there, all kinds of little things.
All right.
And when you get scallops fresh, they'll have these little boot on them, and you just pull that off. And that's what attaches it to its shell. We're gonna just wrap this a little bit. We have a little prosciutto di Parma
Okay.
that we're gonna do. We slice this very thin.
That looks great. Nice wrapping skills too. I like that.
Oh, you like that? And we're gonna put a little bit of garlic. What we did is we put a little bit of the chopped garlic, a little bit of the lemon zest.
That is all the flavor in the lemon. Is that zest?
Yeah.
Tuscany, well known for their lemons, right?
Yes.
Are these Tuscan lemons?
No. Squeeze a little lemon juice on there, fresh lemon juice. Voila. We're gonna do a little white wine.
Could be another product of Italy, right? You've got it all going. The wine, prosciutto di Parma.
I'm trying.
lemon.
I'm trying, Tim.
Very Italian. A little fresh butter.
A little garlic butter as well.
By the way, butter is spoken in all languages.
This is
not just
unsalted.
Italian. We all love it.
We're gonna pop that in the oven for about 7 to 8 minutes.
All right, it's been about 7 minutes at 400 degrees, so it's time to reveal the scallop.
Let's go. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. I wish you could smell this on the camera. I'm gonna set this on a little bit of mesclun mix, a little spring mix, give it a little elevation. I'm gonna garnish with a little bit of some fresh diced scallions, a little fresh diced seeded tomatoes, and the very end. Just a couple more lemon zest just for color.
And finally, some paprika and parsley garnish the plate, along with the chef's signature.
And there it is.
Little signature, voila.
There it is. The Venetian scallop, all the way from Venice to the Bluegrass.
Tim, you got to try this for me.
Well, I'm glad you asked because I brought my 9th fork right here ready to go.
Well, I want to be ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. And look how crispy that prosciutto is. I mean, that is just wonderful. Oh,
really?
God, awesome, Rodney.
Wow! But I'm almost speechless. This is amazing. It's unbelievable.
Sounds were delicious.
Juicy, tender. It was just delicious.
That is a winner.
Thank you,
awesome,
sir.
awesome,
Thank you.
Rodney. For more information on Rodney's on Broadway or any other featured restaurants on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, log on to newlocaltv.com.
It's a very easy dish.
And for more secrets, stay tuned.
It's like an Italian pot roast.
Up next, comfort food like you'll only find at Rodney's.
And it will just melt in your mouth.
Find out how to make this at home coming up.
This is one of my favorite things to cook and one of my favorite things to eat.
Plus,
I found it right here. Here we
Woodford
go.
Reserve.
A little bourbon, a little Woodford.
a bluegrass twist to a classic Cuban cocktail.
I'm gonna make a bourbon mojito.
Cocktails and comfort food with all the secrets to doing it yourself when we come back to Georgetown on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
That's it. Tim Laird for more Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. This time, we're in historic Georgetown at Rodney's on Broadway.
Rodney's is a fine dining restaurant with a casual, come-as-you-are environment, and you can always count on getting fantastic food along with impeccable service.
The owner is also the executive chef.
Rod Jones is famous in these parts for his creative cooking. You never know what he's going to come up with next.
I always try to do daily specials along as a different salad every day, a different entree, maybe a couple of different entrees, and always a different appetizer.
So it's worth the short drive from Lexington to check out the chef's latest creations.
That is absolutely fabulous, Rodney.
But on this trip, we're doing more than tasting. We're also getting the secrets to making the same food at home.
I'm back at the kitchen at Rodney's on Broadway. By the way, this is an air-conditioned kitchen, so it's very comfortable here.
And you really find comfort when you dig into Chef Rod's comfort food.
We got a little thing we like to call Broadway buco. It's a takeoff of ossobuco. This is just slightly different than the original recipe that has carrots, celery, white wine. They braise it a little differently.
For the Broadway buco, Chef Rod will use tomatoes and a variety of colored peppers, both smoked and sweet.
And what we have here is veal shanks. So you just go ahead and place those in here, the veal shanks. And you can get this cut at your butcher, just say for the ossobuco cut. This is a rough dice that we're gonna do with this. These are the sweet peppers. Put that in there.
And with the shanks.
Put that in there. Voila. Put it there.
He also puts in some chunks of sweet red onion.
We got our onion in there, and we're gonna take a little bit of the tomato.
All right.
Just the juice and everything. Kind of just pour that over top. These are fresh canned tomatoes. All right,
And
a little garlic, a little chopped basil that I did earlier with a little olive oil.
A salt and pepper topper comes next, and then onto the smoky flavors.
A little ground ancho pepper. Ancho pepper is a smoked poblano pepper. Then we have a little chipotle, smoked jalapeno.
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 You gotta know your peppers when you come to Rodney's on Broadway. He'll give you the quiz. All
Cover
right.
it with a little foil. We're gonna pop this in the oven for 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Is that all that?
350. Seal this up good.
Okay.
Because you want to keep all the moisture in there.
The reveal. All right. Wow.
It's like an Italian pot roast. This is always classically served with risotto. So we're going to keep that the same here. Right on there.
But
So-
there's all those goodies that you rough chopped.
Yes.
It goes right out. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Parsley, Make sure it's ready.
There it is. Boom.
Boom.
Rodney's been here.
Right inside here.
Oh, I know where you're going.
There's a little marrow. You might just a little bit of that out of there too.
Oh, look at that.
Get the bone marrow.
Oh.
It's unbelievable. It's like butter. Tim, I can't wait till you try this. This is one of my favorite things to cook and one of my favorite things to eat, and it will just melt in your mouth.
I'm going in.
All right, buddy.
I'll tell you what, no knife needed. Look at that. That just falls apart.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
This is one of my new favorite dishes right here. It's so delicious.
This is amazing. It's unbelievable.
That's a downtown Triple Crown. That is awesome. All I want to say is shanks for the memories.
That's comfort food at its best.
Oh, and I'm comfortable. Broadway Buka, right here. Rodney's on Broadway, Georgetown, Kentucky. You've got to come out and enjoy it for yourself. Thank you,
Appreciate
Chef. Love it.
From the food to the atmosphere, there is so much to love about Rodney's on Broadway.
You can sit down for a special occasion or cozy up to the fire with a cocktail.
And they sure know how to shake 'em up here.
I'm gonna make a bourbon mojito.
You gotta try Ashley's Kentucky take on this classic Cuban cocktail. Or try it at home when you learn the secrets.
First things first, we'll do a little bit of mint, probably about 10 mint leaves there.
Okay.
Nice slice of orange, a couple cherries, whip out the stem. You really don't want that getting stuck in your straw. Gonna do about a ½ ounce, maybe an ounce of simple syrup here.
Very good. A little sweetener in there.
Uh-huh, yes.
And then she gets out the muddler to lightly mash the ingredients, which draws out their juices and flavors. This is the big secret to getting a perfect cocktail.
And then, the #1 ingredient,
Look, I found it right here. Here we
Woodford
go.
Reserve.
A little bourbon, a little Woodford.
it's for you, so we'll do a little over an ounce there.
And a topper of ginger ale gives the drink a little fizz and the perfect flavor to complement the bourbon.
I'm gonna garnish a little orange. I've got this beautiful, beautiful spoon of mint here. Voila.
All right, I've got to give it a try. This looks incredible. Absolutely. Cheers, Ashley. Well done. Incredible.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm
Another
glad
great
you like
reason to
it.
stop over here at Rodney's on Broadway. Ashley's great concoctions. Incredible. Thank you. Cheers, Ashley.
Cheers,
well done.
everybody.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Up next, something for your sweet tooth.
Make sure you save room for dessert.
It's the perfect marriage of chocolate and Chambord.
Oh, you betcha.
It's easy to make yourself when you learn the secrets, and Chef Rod Jones is revealing them next on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Tim Laird with you again, revealing more secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. This time, we're in historic downtown Georgetown.
We're at Rodney's on Broadway, Georgetown's finest fine dining restaurant, nestled inside a fully restored 1800s home.
Here you're surrounded by antiques, but the food is cutting edge.
Rodney's is named after its owner and executive chef, Rod Jones. And you'll find his signature on every plate, including the famous twice grilled lamb chops, sizzling steaks, and seafood. And even the desserts, which he makes himself totally from scratch.
Rodney, it's been a great meal so far, but it's time for dessert. And I'll tell you what, I see some of my favorite ingredients over there. Chocolate, sugar, butter, eggs, and a little Chambord. What's going to happen with these combinations?
We're gonna do a little flourless chocolate cake. We kick it up a little bit with Chambord.
Oh, you betcha.
The cake batter starts with a good-sized load of semi-sweet chocolate.
About 1.5 pounds chocolate, and we're going to melt this over a double boiler. It's already melted, ready to go. We're gonna put the chocolate in.
Now here's one of the secret ingredients right there. That is definitely a stick of butter.
We're only gonna use 1/2 pound of butter, just a half. We're gonna start this. We add our butter slowly. Let it incorporate into the chocolate. Unsalted butter, room temperature.
Butter, sugar, chocolate. All I need is a spoon. I could stop right here and just have that.
Tim, what I have in here is a simple syrup. I have 3/4 cup of granulated sugar and 1 cup of water that I cooked down. Now we add the simple syrup.
Just a little bit at a time.
Yeah, you don't want to hit it too much. Egg at a time. 1 egg at a time.
You have a total of what? 6 eggs?
6 eggs.
Whole eggs, whites
Yes, sir.
and yolks. Start to thicken up a little bit.
And the last, but not least,
Here we go.
this is what makes it good.
This is a black raspberry liqueur from France with a cognac base, and I'll tell you what, raspberry and chocolate are like Rodney and Tim.
Exactly. Exactly. I just put a little bit in there.
I like your little bit.
Just a touch. We're gonna turn that off. We have a springform pan that we lined the outside with a little foil so the water doesn't seep in. We're gonna do a little water bath to keep this really moist. Just cut that around.
A little parchment paper secret. You see that? So now it actually perfectly fits the pan, doesn't it? It's like arts and crafts when
Yes.
you're doing the dessert. I mean, you're gonna have some fun with this.
Chef Rod pours his glistening, chocolatey batter into the pan.
Okay, Rodney, now I noticed you didn't pour it all the way up to the top.
The cake will expand. It'll rise almost to the top, not quite, and then settle back down.
Oh, great. And you know what, Rodney? I'm glad you didn't fill it all the way to the top because there's a little left over here.
Is that good?
Oh my God.
Can you taste the same board?
I don't even need to bake it. Just scrape me out a little of this and I'm done.
All right, then we're gonna fill this up 1/4 inch with water, cook for 25 minutes, then it'll be done.
The cake comes right out of the springform pan, and then Chef Rod is ready to get her all dressed up.
Unbelievable. Here it is, the flourless chocolate cake. But we're not done, are we, Rodney?
No, we're gonna garnish it a little
We're
bit.
gonna decorate this flourless chocolate cake.
Little fresh raspberry puree.
Beautiful. You can actually buy those frozen raspberries, blend them up in a blender with all their juices, and you actually get a puree.
On top of that, Chef Rod puts down a spiral of chocolate sauce.
And look at this design. Okay, now
Ready?
here's the secret. Watch this quickly. Oh, look at that, Chef.
The cake goes on top of that. And notice how he takes one piece and turns it into 2 for the presentation. He tops that with fresh raspberries, some Kentucky mint, and of course,
A little powdered sugar.
Little powdered sugar.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I want to see how sinful this is.
Go
I'm
for
going
it.
in.
Go
I'm
in.
telling you what.
There we go.
You know what that is?
What?
Sinfully delicious.
Sinful.
Make sure you save room for dessert.
Amazing. Holy moly, it's so delicious. That's all I can say. Absolutely decadent.
Wonderfully
Yum, 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 yum.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Tim Laird, and I want to thank everybody at Rodney's, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, Rod Jones from Rodney's on Broadway. I'd like to thank you for watching Secrets on Bluegrass Chefs.
Now that's a wrap!